There are a few things I know about this upcoming run and runner. We're going to be just not big, and we're ready to kill God. Presenting with Small Saga, it's moonblazewolf.
Hey everybody, good morning. Happy time zone. This game is extremely British, so I hope everybody is having a nice lunchtime watching this over there. My name is moonblazewolf. You can call me Blaze, and I am joined by a wonderful commentator that I will let introduce themselves.
Hey, I am 3Pup. I also speedrun this game. One of a little mouse game. Yeah.
It is, in fact, Queer Mouse Game. I'm very excited to be able to showcase this for Fastest Furs event. I'm going to go ahead and just get into it by choosing new game. However, time does not start yet. I will give a heads up when we get there. Also, just want to quickly thank everybody who donated for the 2 incentives for this run. Looking forward to showing those off a little bit later on. A little bit I can say about this game before and as we are getting underway. This game was created by one person. Daria Nagani is the creator of this game. I believe it took them about 6 years to make. And it is a RPG that was inspired by a lot of other classic RPGs like Golden Sun, Final Fantasy IX, and then also kind of from the media world, Redwall and Berserk. So I was a big Redwall kid. I had a
Oh yeah.
Redwall phase, so this game really speaks to me in that way. So here is Lance in the green shirt, and then Verm is kind of like the little brother. Verm is going to be the main character. So time is going to start when I get control of Verm, which is going to be as soon as I start moving. So we'll get going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
So 3Pup, do you want to kind of orient everybody to the world of Small Saga while I'm running across these pipes and such?
Yes, of course. So, this is Small Saga. We're playing, as mentioned, we're playing as Verm and Lance. Right now, they're on a little mission to get food for their colony. They're going to what they call as heaven, but what we call a grocery store. To go steal some food to bring back to feed their family. And right now we're going up against Bree and Stilton, the lackeys of a call them rat pirate. I don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, is every character named after cheese that we're going to encounter?
A lot of them.
A lot of them.
Chat, fantastic time to prepare donations with your favorite cheese.
Yes.
If you've got
that's
cheese opinions,
excellent idea.
please share the cheese.
If you have cheese on the brain, this is the run for you.
People are always saying I have cheese on the brain.
Yeah, it's very common. I hear that a lot too. All right, so we're just making our way through here, getting acclimated to combat, getting acclimated to the world, the movement system. Having a little bit of FPS shenanigans on my end, which I've noticed occasionally with this game, so hopefully that will clear up a little bit as we're going.
Shout out to the cool S.
All right, and this is our first boss fight. Probably a good time to talk a little bit about how the combat system works. And also, like, the kind of lore of the world is there are these things called god weapons. So this is Saba. Saba uses this pocket knife that's a god weapon, so...
Yeah, basically any
Pup, you
item that
wanna-
would be wielded by a human would be considered a god weapon.
Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about, like, the AP system?
Yes, so in the top left corner, you'll see the little blue crystals underneath the characters. Those are like your action points. You get 1 crystal every turn, and your various actions cost different amounts of crystals. Lance has a power attack move, which uses 2 crystals to do a bit of extra damage. And instead of attacking, you can choose to defend to stock back up your crystals again for attacks later in the round.
Now, thankfully, I know how much HP this boss has, and that I can just defeat him there. If you attack him while he's in that taunt mode, he will he'll hit you with a big attack, basically. So.
Mhm.
All right, there's one very important thing I need to do here before I go to the next area. It's a little odd that this is in the tutorial area, but I need to open this chest right here and get a treasure map. And the treasure map is kind of like the one optional thing that I will do in this run, because it gets us what I think is probably the best item in the game and in the run in particular. So, all right, we're headed into heaven here. I do need to give a very, very serious content warning for about the next 4 minutes or so. This is like the one part of the story that is a little bit dark and tragic. So if you don't want to see bad things happen to one of these mice, I don't want to go into too much detail, but yeah, probably just go give yourself a quick like break for the next few minutes, and then come back and join us in about 5 minutes, and you will be none the wiser, because afterwards we will just be enjoying very nice cartoonish comedic violence. So also appreciate and enjoy the lovely uh, the fake labels that were made for all of the food items in this area, because they're pretty great.
I like my last run. I noticed like the ooh woo boxes in the background. I thought that was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was great doing research for this game because when I went on the Steam page, all I saw was a GIF of a scrolling supermarket, and then when you actually go below the fold, then you see the mice.
Yeah, this game is just very clever, and just like it's really, really well done. Like just the attention to detail is one of the things that I love about this game. There's just so many little quips and jokes and dialogue moments and stuff that I mean, you feel like the passion from the game's creator for the world that they were creating. I don't know a better way of putting it. It's just very, very well made and bespoke in a way that is creates a very genuine experience. So I really appreciate that about this game in particular. All right, so things are looking not great at the moment. Again, serious content warning, topic time. Just give it a couple minutes more, and then we'll be in the clear for the entire rest of the run. So we can't have a RPG without a tragic backstory for the main protagonist, right?
Yeah.
We're also going to hear a lot about the Yellow God for the rest of this run. The Yellow God is the human in the exterminator suit. So
Yeah. Our heroes were warned by Sava before we entered heaven that like no one's been able to get food from heaven for a while now because of some presence of a yellow god.
seems like maybe a little overmatched here.
Can you imagine being an exterminator though, and a mouse shoots you with an actual bow and arrow?
Yeah, that would be I'd be very startled for sure. All right. All right, we're going to attack our mortal enemy, our own tail here. because we have to. Anyone who's a canine will get that reference. Or get the joke, I guess. Maybe not like this, but you know. Fletcher, do you have any
Yes.
announcements for the moment? That would be great.
I sure do. I did want to read off this $5 donation from Mr. Shasta, who says, "Have a good night donation from the overnight producer. I will be asleep, but you should be awake for this wonderful run that Blaze is doing, and let's get that bonus world for cute bunny game Cookie and Cream unlocked." We do have an open incentive for the bonus levels in Cookies and Cream. That is going to be 5 additional levels that are the hardest in the game, and that is for the run after this one. So please make sure to get your donations in under !donate, or you can go to fastestfurs.com/donate.
Great, thank you. And yeah, donate for Cookies and Cream. That run is really cool. If you haven't really heard of that game before, like I have, you're in for a treat. So, all right. Very scary, sad times are over. It is now time to just have a wonderful, rollicking adventure saving the world. So, Verm has now acquired the God Weapon, and we are gonna go fight a cat because that's what an angsty mouse would do. But yeah, we're basically picking up on the quest to Verm's basically quest for retribution here. So this is not a fight that you can lose. So, but it is very cool. We're fighting Tiger the cat. So I think I would actually be a little more concerned personally. You were making the comment a second ago, Fletcher, about if a mouse started shooting me with a bow and arrow, it would be a little weird. I think if a mouse started attacking me with an actual pocket knife, I might actually like freak out.
Yeah, I think that you're right. That would be more concerning to me as well. Neither is great. Pocket knife is worse.
Yeah. All right, and we're meeting our second character here. This is Shaban. Shaban is a mage character, essentially. I love Shaban.
Japan is the best. I love them.
Yeah. Got a little bit of dialogue here, and then we're going to head down into Cranbale, which is the mole. I think we're in the moles. We've got all of the different like rodent types, and they all have their kind of area. I believe this is the mole kingdom.
It also wouldn't be Redwall inspired without moles.
Yes. Yeah, like the variety of rodents. I'll call out some really specific ones as we're going through, but very good rodent representation in this game.
Shout out to rodents.
Shout out to rodents. I just think they're neat. All right, so we've got a little bit of dialogue here with kind of like the leader of the moles, who is also Shaban's mom, and parents just don't understand that kind of relationship is what they have. So Shaban is basically very cloistered and wants to see the world, so is very excited to meet Verm, who is wielding a god weapon and on a quest, stuff like that. So we're gonna go check out Shaban's kind of secret stash.
Not Siobhan's stash of Squeak magazine, right?
No, not quite yet. That is, we'll get to that in a little bit. Siobhan's
said
cool
that.
stash. So fun
wow.
fact about this. So the game dude, you can, there's a side quest where you can get a cartridge for the game dude, and then you can come back and actually play a full mini game on the game dude.
That's incredible.
Siobhan also wields a god weapon. Siobhan wields a lighter. All right, so Siobhan joins the party. If it all goes wrong, at least they'll make a good distraction. All right, so we are going to head back up to take on Tiger once and for all. This fight can go a little bit sideways if I mess up, and this game also doesn't have any kind of autosave functionality, so I'm going to be very careful and safety save a couple times, especially early on. Because it is very early for me, and I could see myself making a really dumb mistake. Hopefully not, but we're going to get to use Verm's Berserker abilities here too, and unleash fire and fury, as Siobhan puts it.
Also, I want to clarify, is a garden gnome our save point?
There are a variety of little statues and action figures, and each of them is a save point as the game goes along. So
That's incredible. Oh my gosh.
yeah, at this point, we're just trying to optimally use our action points. We actually got a really good pattern here where Tiger basically left Siobhan alone, so we're good.
Important fact for later: cats are flammable.
Yes. If
Oh,
you were
no!
aware,
Remember that.
Important cat fact, yes.
Do not let your cats near fire at home, please.
They are, in fact, flammable. Oh, all right, there we go. All right, so we're going to go report the good news, because obviously all of the moles are going to be really excited that Tiger has been sent packing. Tiger is fine, by the way, don't worry. There's an optional Tiger 3 fight later in the run that you... Or not in the run, but in the game that you can do if you're playing casually, so...
Shaban's mother does not take the news well, and decides to instead exile Shaban from the kingdom.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they've gone against the natural way of things by fighting up against one of the powerful titans.
Yep. Yeah, so Siobhan's going to join us on our quest, so... but Verm giving a very unverm-like response there and saying, you were very helpful, so... I generally mash dialogue in this run, by the way. There are dialogue options that are slightly less text boxes, but it's honestly just faster to mash anyway, so...
And
there's actually
option.
there's one particular dialogue box I do have to be very careful for that avoids a fight later on, but that's about it, so...
I was just about to say the same thing. I lost a
Yeah,
run
sorry.
to that starting up.
Oh no!
We shared a brain cell briefly there.
Yeah.
All right, so I didn't need to talk to that can. I actually need to go talk to this backpack. The garbage can is talking to us, by the way, and we need to figure out why. So we're gonna use a ruler and jimmy the lid off here.
Could I hop in with a quick donation?
Absolutely.
We have $100 from Jason LaRose. The comment is simply rack attack, like the emote. It's got colons on either side. Thank you so much, Jason, for that $100 towards the bonus world showcase in the adventure of Cookie and Cream.
Yes. All right, and we have met a very important side character. This is Dizzy. One very important thing you all need to do while you're watching is, I'm going to just demonstrate here. You got to do the Dizzy. So if you're watching and you see this, just kind of bob your head up and down. That's what we call doing the Dizzy. So,
Yep.
Dizzy is basically our airship for the game. So,
I love Dizzy already. I am also I subconsciously started bobbing as you explained that too.
it's so catchy. Yes. All right, we're off to the main kind of like hub area for the game. This is Merida. In the background, that is also the British Parliament, I believe. I'm not British, but I believe I looked it up on Wikipedia to confirm at one point. So,
And Big Ben.
and Big Ben, yes.
Oh, and some more landmarks as well.
Yeah, but we're just gonna go in the sewers because we're a mouse and that's what we do. So.
Shoutouts to my favorite running gag in the whole game of just like Shaban always like having to land face first.
Oh
It's
yeah, face planting Siobhan is a thing.
makes me laugh every time.
All right, we've got a very like Emerald City moment here where we are trying to get in and the guard turns us away. But thankfully, there's going to be an alternate way in here. We can join this random squirrel uh, who is Scottish. So we've got our next good British representation here. And this is Bruce, and Bruce will lead us through the sewers.
I'm guessing the character
right.
just told us to not do what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my first menu here. I need to learn some stuff. Cool thing that you can do is you can actually undo the abilities, including ones that the game kind of presets for you. So that's very helpful. Game uses for leveling up. The game uses like a skill point system, and it is tied to completion of the game. So like if you defeat a boss, there's no like actual XP point system or anything like that.
Yeah, it's actually one of the really cool things about this game is that there's just no grinding. Like all experience is like based on milestones. If you've played Dungeons and Dragons,
Yep.
and that's really cool.
All right, so we're just going to go ahead and make our way through the sewers here. There's a little bit of dialogue between the different areas, and there's a couple fights with some wee bugs. Bruce is a pacifist, apparently, so we'll take care of this.
This bug's kind of vibing too.
Mm-hmm.
Got its own bob going on.
I love the perspective that the game uses for the combat system. It's just very, very cool. So, by the way, the puzzles are related to the Roman numerals on the wall. So, hopefully you remember your Roman numerals as we're going through here. Got to turn the pipes in the correct order. So, and we're also hearing a mysterious voice every time we clear one of these drains. So that's a little ominous. Bruce just noticed that Verm doesn't have a tail, which is going to be kind of a recurring thing for a little bit here. All right, we've got just another bug fight. Fletcher, do you have any announcements for everybody?
Oh, I certainly do. I have this $10 donation from Sonic Mega. The comment, my favorite thing I learned about Small Saga, Siobhan eventually gets an ability that lets them charge their attack, and this also affects how much the screen shakes when they fire off an attack. Except there's no real upper limit to the charge amount or the shake, which means with enough patience you can obliterate an enemy with a shot that leaves the screen shaking 30 seconds later. Holy moly!
Oh my gosh, I did not actually realize that.
That's a fantastic factoid. Thank you, Sonic Mega, and thank you for another $10 towards the Bonus World Showcase. That means we are $110 towards that $500 donation that needs to be met by the end of the adventure of Cookie and Cream. So now is a great time to get your donations in. Tell us about your favorite Redwall book. Tell us about what cheese you'd want to eat. Tell us what cheese you'd want to be. I don't know. Tell us anything, and frankly, I will read it.
Chat, what cheese are you?
Well, yes. Astrological signs, but by way of cheese, please.
Yes. One thing about the combat in this game, you can skip certain fights if your movement is good enough, and I did not skip that one because my screen lagged. So it's okay.
Oh, no.
I will get. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
The wee bugs are just going to take a little bit longer to defeat here.
Yeah, since there is no like experience points grinding or anything, like these optional fights are pretty much just like time wasting.
Yeah. Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm just getting a little bit more lag than I normally get, so it'll be fine. We'll deal. As long as I don't miss an input in an important fight, that's all that matters. Like this one, I actually do kind of need to focus for this fight, so I'm going to let my commentator kind of talk about what's going on here.
So yeah, this is the fight against the Kraken of the sewers. This fight can go a little weird because we're still a little early in the game. Namely, we're going to focus on making sure that Verm is always enraged, which will double his damage for the next 2 turns. And then Shaban's going to do 1 Worm Fire, but like it's a Kraken, so it's kind of weak to fire. So for the rest of the fight, they're going to be just whacking the Kraken with the lighter. And also Bruce joined the fight. Bruce operates as sort of a dancer from Fire Emblem. For those of you who played those games, he can encore other members of the party to give them an extra turn as like the bard of the party. And for this fight, we're going to be mostly just encoring Verm, since Verm is our main damage dealer.
Yeah. One thing to note about the combat system in this game, all damage rolls are mathematically calculated, so there's no RNG rolls.
Yeah.
So the RNG then kind of becomes like, well, who do the bosses attack?
Yeah.
So in this fight, we basically want Bruce to get attacked every turn, and so far it's been okay that way. So should be almost to the end here.
Yeah, this is looking pretty okay.
Yep.
The Kraken does have that nerve toxin attack, which will stun a party member for a turn, and we don't love to see that, but we're out of the fight, so we're good.
Yeah.
GG.
The biggest thing that can slow that fight down is if Shaban goes down, and that did not happen, thankfully. Shaban is a little bit fragile. That's kind of a theme for the entirety of the run, honestly. So, typical mage. That was a wee bug, by the way, according to Bruce. I love that. Just a wee bug.
Is Bruce's pencil flute considered a god weapon?
Yes.
Neat.
Yes, you should get one of those if you've never played the pencil flute. And faceplant.
And chat, if you've been thinking about sending in a donation, now would be a great time to tell me what your god weapon would be.
That's great. I love that.
That's a good question.
This is Sir Chad, by the way, the statue. That's one of my favorite jokes in the game that doesn't get nearly enough whatever. Later on, you can tell someone later in the game that that is Sir Chad, and they'll believe you. All right, so a little bit of a story update here. So this is Merida. It's kind of like the rodent capital. We are going to go to the palace to try to see if we can get some information on the Yellow God. Shaban just headed to the library, and Bruce is headed to the pub. This is Bruce's partner, Anton. I believe Anton is a gerbil, and they play music together.
Yeah. But they're also planning a heist.
Yes. So I'm going to see if anybody wants to join us in the heist.
Honestly,
Including Stilton and Bree, who are also chilling at the bar here. So,
but they're not going to join the heist because they're participating in politics.
Yeah, they've cleaned up their act. They're participating in politics now. All right, so we have to talk to everyone in the bar, including the musician there, who is a really cool character. My favorite thing about the bar is there is a beer behind the counter that has a tap sticking out of it, and it's just very, very adorable. So. All right, we're going to explore the library, and we find this suspicious character up here. This is Aquila, who is the kind of on the outs with the king of Merida right now, but used to be the court plague master, which I guess is a role that if you're in a rodent society, you have a plague master in your kind of inner circle, so make of that what you will.
In rodent society, is the plague master trying to stop plagues or cause plagues?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. It's important they maintain their jobs, so both are probably necessary.
We're just going to try to walk into the throne room here, and this gigantic capybara named Sir Diego is going to stop us, which I believe is a Dark Souls reference. I have not played Dark Souls. That is
It's
what I've been told.
Shoutouts to Ornstein and Smo from Dark Souls 1.
We're not getting to see the king. So here we go.
Yeah, turns out you cannot actually just walk into the palace. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just a random
unfortunate,
mouse.
but it is what it is. I think I was the one that found that well, I'm sure other people figured this out, but I think the first run of this game I ever watched, they just talked to the guards and then got turned away, and then I was the one that figured out for myself anyway that you could just try to open the door and Diego will stop you. It's much faster. All right, Stilton and Bree, I don't know why we're fighting them. We're fighting them because Verm is angry, I'm pretty sure is the answer. We're pretty strong now, so that didn't take much. But we do get some information on the Yellow God. So there is apparently like an oracle that will be able to give us information. So we're gonna seek out the oracle, and then we get a kind of a long cutscene here. This is the king, and then the mouse that is seated lower right is Leo, who is the sword master. So important characters for later. But in the meantime, Fletch, this is a great time for any announcements that you have.
Absolutely. Wanted to give a huge shout out to one of our fantastic sponsors for the event this year, Timberwolf Trading Co., a long-time partner. You can shop their exclusive Fall Fest 2025 merch collection the entire weekend, which does mean that you have essentially today if you want to make any more orders. There are 5 new shirts as well as an amazing assortment of stickers and art prints, all made by artists from our community in Fastest Furs. A portion of the sale of each of these items will be donated directly to our charity Trans Lifeline, and worldwide shipping is available. This collection is only available till the end of the marathon, so you really only have like another, 12 or 18 hours to get your orders in. Do not miss out. You can use the command !merch in chat for a link to their store, or you can go directly to timberwolftrading.ca/pages/fastestfurs.
Great, thank you. So we got a couple things to do here in Merida before we head back out. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go buy some drugs.
Yeah, as you do.
This back alley, as one does. Cool magic mushrooms that cost exactly 8 seeds. Seeds are the currency. And we started with 5, and then there just happened to be 3 in that barrel right there, right next to the mushroom dealer. So that's helpful. And then I have to talk to this NPC because they can tell me where the treasure map is going, or like what it is and where the location is, which will allow us to get that special item when we leave here in just a moment. So
I just actually learned recently that that NPC that we talked to, this is not important for the run, but that is Blade Master Leo's daughter.
oh, I didn't really actually that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
All
yeah,
right, so
fun
now we're
fact.
free to go. It's kind of funny. We walk out the door past the person who denied us entry earlier, and they're kind of annoyed by that, but in a kind of very British way, I suppose. So, all right,
Chat,
do
make sure
Lizzie
you're
again.
bobbing.
Yep. And we're gonna go to the one side area. There's a bunch of different areas that will pop up on the map that are unlocked by learning different secrets and lore and stuff. This is the carriage yard. And nobody really knows why we're here. It's just to open this chest, apparently. So treasure hunt time. Mind the gap, Verm. And we're going to go open this treasure chest. It is the best item in the game. This is the Who Helm. I don't quite get the reference, but basically this item is plus attack minus defense, which is going to turn the character who has it equipped into a complete and utter glass cannon, which is exactly what we need them to be. So,
Yeah, it's got like the best single attack boosts on equipment in the game at like plus 10, I think, and then like minus 3 defense.
yeah. Which again, since all damage rolls are set, we can mostly mitigate the downside. So,
Mhm.
Oh, I think I know the reason it's called that. It lets you talk to elephants. It's the Horton Hears
oh,
a Who Helm.
oh, okay,
Sorry, that's just a joke. Totally a joke.
okay. I would have believed you. So,
Yeah, yeah.
all right. So we've kind of caught back up with I'm sorry, Bruce and Anton, and Jabari was the other character who we enlisted. which was one of the Kickstarter rewards for this game, if I recall. And we're gonna join. We're gonna infiltrate Sky Garden, which is the Squirrel Kingdom. It is unfortunately run by fascist gray squirrels at the moment, and Bruce is more of a peace-loving red squirrel. So
Wait, that's incredible. Do you know why that is probably the choice they made?
I would like to hear. But in the meantime, everybody enjoy Duke Josh and his massive vape.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think the reason they chose this is because the eastern gray squirrel, that's the kind of squirrel that you tend to see in the United States, it's actually an invasive species in most other areas of the world, and it has been competing with, and I think actually in many places outcompeting, the native red squirrels to the UK.
Oh,
That tracks with the lore of the game, then.
yeah, it sure does.
All right, so musical performance. This is random. It's not too difficult, but I do have to pay attention. So everybody enjoy the song. Do a little mini DDR here.
Let's get your jamming out emotes in chat.
Fake out ending.
Oh. This is the most
Okay.
banging song I've heard all day.
Oh well, the day is young. There's actually okay. I will say this as a preview for anybody who is considering not catching the end of this run. One of the final boss fights in this run has a all-time banger of a boss theme
It's
that is only for that fight, and it is one of the best boss themes I've ever heard. So you want to come back for
Yes.
that or stick around for that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, the importance of that like DDR sequence, we do need to get that done perfectly, because if you do, you'll get 15 seeds as a reward, which we actually do need that money later in the run.
All right. So unfortunately, our plan unravels when the Duke realizes that we're a red squirrel, and we tucked our tail in to our Harlequin costume, but unfortunately, the Duke made his perception roll anyway. So, so we're about to get thrown in prison. I do really like the Aiden is the name of the prison warden. He really runs a tight ship. Has some really helpful tips for his underlings, including the ABCs of incarcerating prisoners. The C stands for cage friends apart. So good leadership style there from Aiden, I gotta say. All right, and this is Gwen. Gwen is most people that I talk to's favorite character in this game. I love Gwen as well.
Yeah, I love Gwen.
If I wasn't mashing the dialogue, you would see that Gwen has been thrown in prison for hitting on the Blade Master, who was the gigantic stoat that we saw in the throne room.
We love our pansexual disaster rat. She's the best.
Yes.
Some of my best friends are pansexual disaster rats.
Whomst among us, really? All right. Apparently, they don't lock the door in this prison, so we're just gonna sneak out. So I have a stealth sequence here, and considering how my game is performing, I do need to be a little bit careful here because I do not want to get caught. It would be very annoying. So,
Dang,
but
this
we got
game
the
has
key, we
great
can
loot.
start. Yeah. Apparently Gwen didn't need the key. This was kind of just a test. Little bit of backstory here. So Gwen is a literal lab rat and doesn't have her feet anymore. So. All right, so now we're gonna actually sneak out to the storage room. If I get caught at any point here, I have to kind of go back to my cell. So.
Okay.
The movement's not terrible. This is the tricky one. I have to kind of just like follow this guard. All right, we made it. This is where the Squeak magazine, by the way. So after this dialogue, we'll go ahead and read that. Thank you very much, everybody who donated for this.
Thank you, everyone.
It's a little bit of an unconventional incentive, but considering the current era of censorship that we live in, I thought it was a really funny thing to add in. So it's got a really cool dialogue as well. So obviously Gwen and Bruce are kind of getting to know each other here a little bit, and Gwen accuses Bruce of being one of those, and I quote, "uwu soft boys," which is just really funny.
Yeah.
So we're gonna read the incredibly lewd magazine titled Squeak. Oh my gosh, how scandalous. Can you believe
Ah!
All right. But it's also fun because we find out in the dialogue after this that you know, characters' orientation preferences and things like that, which is just kind of a fun way of you know, layering that into the story as a little bit of lore. So I'm gonna do a little bit of menuing here to get my skills set. I need to learn AGAB, all guards are busted, and ability called Thorny Point for Gwen. And we're off to the elevator.
Again, thank you everyone who donated to help us read that once more incredibly lewd Squeak magazine that only happened because folks donated to Trans Lifeline. You are helping trans folks all throughout the US and Canada with every donation.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad we got to look at tastefully nude rodents for charity. And yeah, censorship sucks. Don't censor things. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Hard agree.
All right, so you got to a little bit of a preview of the power of the Who Helm there. The nice thing about the combat system in this game as well is you always get to go first. So the boost from the Who Helm in a lot of cases is going to be enough damage to end fights very, very quickly. So
Yeah, we're going to really see the power of the Who Helm coming up in this next boss fight in a few minutes. It's a really cool setup.
yep. I'm going to be extra careful here because now that I'm armed, if I get into any encounters, I will actually have to fight them. And I would prefer not to do that. Right. And then I do have to go get one other optional, well, it's required for the run, but there's an accessory down here, the Iron Knuckles, and that's going to give me another +3 attack. So really starting to layer the attack bonuses here to load up whoever our biggest attacking character is. Don't need it quite yet, but soon.
I only just realized the tomato soup is called Warhol. That's great.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, so this guard fight's a little bit more involved, but we should be fine.
Fun fact about that all guards are busted ability, Gwen is so anti-authority that she gets an ability that gives her just extra damage against like any guards of any kind.
Is that relevant
we do
outside of this level?
I think it is for some
Yes,
certain
it
other
is.
things. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. I'll put it that way. So, very
I
important.
thought the goal was... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, very important thing here. I need to unequip the Who Helm so that I can use it on a different character in the next sequence, because we are kind of sharing an inventory at the moment in typical RPG fashion. So, go ahead, Fletcher.
Oh, I was just... You said that having the AGAB, that it doesn't hurt. I would hope that the intent is that it hurts quite a lot.
Indeed. All right, so we're kind of doing the walk up here. There's Jabari with the stone that was stolen. So we're gonna head into Sky Garden ourselves now. I do need to do some equipping here. So Verm gets the Who Helm now and the Iron Knuckles, and then we are gonna learn another Strength up, and Siobhan is going to learn Energy. All right, so we're gonna ask Duke Josh about the Oracle. They say Kalich. I'm not totally sure. I think that's probably like a Welsh or some like Scottish word or something. So I just say Oracle because it kind of makes sense a little bit more to me. That is Lamia on the right, by the way. That is the Stoat Swordmaster. Lamia to me has always given off very like Undertale energy in particular, so we'll hopefully not see too much of that in the fight that we have with her in a little bit, but very cool and menacing character. All right, so we got our directions, and we hear the music from the basement, and we realize that Bruce has been thrown in prison. Verm tries to not care, but fate intervenes, I guess. All right, so let's go and bust Bruce out of prison. And I love now the guards are using those like cocktail swords, which is just very funny.
That's so good.
Yeah, a little more ornamental, I guess. All right, so we have our next boss fight here with Aiden and the combination breakout and break in. And I guess Aiden kind of has a god weapon. We'll see here in just a second. The doggo.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna mostly be attacking Aiden with all of the other characters, and Verm is gonna be able to take out the robot doggo here pretty easily. That is the power of the Who Helm.
Oh
and
my
those Iron Man
gosh.
as well. And unfortunately, Aiden's little remote control doesn't do anything anymore. All right, so we got that boss fight taken care of. And it's time for a little bit of catching up and reforming the party here. So, Fletcher, if you have any announcements, this would be a great time.
Yeah, I certainly do. We have $22 from Luca, who donates towards that bonus world showcase incentive for the adventure of Cookie and Cream. They say, it took me a second to understand why this is called Small Saga, but cut me some slack. It's $3.45 and I'm a bit rattled. Cough, cough. Good luck, Blaze. Thank you so much, Luca, for your donation to Trans Lifeline.
Real quick, from chat, we actually have an explanation for like what the Who helmet comes from.
Oh.
Okay.
Apparently, there's like just a Anglo-Saxon cemetery called Sutton Hoo, where they think they found a helmet that looks very similar to the Who helmet that we have.
Oh, that's super interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And I also saw in chat someone said, "Oh, it's Pods," who would probably know. Kalich just means old woman in Scottish Gaelic. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. So, very very good to get the confirmation on that.
If folks have more facts to share, especially if you want to share any rat facts, rodent facts, facts about the animals we're encountering, there's always a chance to donate to Trans Lifeline and let us know. Inquiring minds want to know what you know about rodents.
Yeah, especially if you're British, can you just please explain this game to me a little bit?
that would be fantastic, especially since over across the pond, there are probably a few more of you awake than there are here in the United States right now. Shout out to all of us here in the United States who are awake right now.
Yes, yes. We didn't get to intro these characters earlier, so this is Maisie and Rosaline, also known as the Scissor Sisters, because they each fight with half of a pair of scissors, and no other reason at all.
Silk Song is different than I remember it.
All right, so we're kind of making our way through this maze area here. If you follow the leaves, they will kind of guide the way. And this is the very important moment where I need to be careful to choose the correct dialogue options because Bruce and Siobhan are not powerful right now, and I do not want to get into this fight with Maisie. And Maisie is not the brightest bulb in the drawer. So if you give the correct response twice, she will go away.
Yeah, my first run of this, I accidentally said, "Yeah, we have a scene though," and then you get into this fight, and I was not ready for the fight, and I lost it, and then I lost the whole run because I didn't save. So
Oh
yeah.
no.
Yeah. All right. Rosaline will always want to fight. However, we will be able to make short work of her. So give it a second here. I like that how they have like the two variations on the same theme, and Maisie's is like very like metal, and Rosaline's is just much more like proper. She'll get one attack in here, but thankfully, even if she were to attack Verm here, we would have been fine. This game is very, very tightly routed in that way. We tend to know what to do, like if a character gets attacked that we don't necessarily want. There's some very specific reasons why we have to care about that a little bit later on in the run that I'll probably talk about when we get a little closer. So. In the meantime, we have to go talk to this character.
Yeah. I hope y'all remembered that fact from earlier, because we need it right now.
Yep, there's a test. So we said cats are something. What are cats? I'll wait for the answer in chat. They're not vile. They are in fact flammable. They are weak
Oh
to
my
being set
gosh.
on fire, as are most things. So yeah. We got a what's called the Zip Zap potion there, which gives a character an extra turn, which is very useful. Also, items in this game refresh every battle, so you get to use them once per battle.
Yes.
They're not just like consumables.
No more of that, like, oh, I can't use this item. What if I need it later?
Quick Spoonie Bard reference, which I appreciate. This is Bruce's like solo fight. One thing about this fight that I did not realize when I first started this game. You can lose this fight. It's fine. So we're just going to try to lose as quickly as possible. Also, I just genuinely hate the idea of being stabbed with thumbtacks, so this fight is kind of terrifying for me.
And for good reason.
Yeah, it just sounds very unpleasant, so... A little bit of RNG here. There's going to be a double. If I choose incorrectly, it goes faster, so... And unfortunately, I chose correctly. So.
Oh no!
I don't think there's a way to actually know which is which. I used to think it mattered, like, where the cursor started. I don't think it does. I think it's just a coin flip. Maybe there's something on the models that I've never noticed or seen before, but yeah. Anyway, we lost the fight. That's fine. It's a little faster.
I guess, yeah.
But...
just quick context for why Bruce was fighting Jabari. Bruce is mad at our thief for, like, one, getting them in trouble in the first place, because, like, it was him that, like, drew the attention to the heist, but also for leaving them behind to get thrown in prison.
Yeah. Jabari is going to make up for it, though. Is going to go back to the Sky Garden and start a prison breakout. So, you know, good redemption there. And we are at Ashen Tower, which we will find out as we go up the stairs. By the way, shout-outs to stairs in RPGs. Although I will say these are some of my least favorite stairs in a video game. But this is the old Sky Garden, so... The previous Sky Garden.
Which also feels very Redwall coded to have this, like, abandoned former home.
Absolutely. See, like, the ghosts of squirrels past as we climb here. Yeah, the reason why the movement is so infuriating on this sequence is I can only move in 8 directions, and the stairs are actually circular. So it doesn't really work super well. All right. Very important point. Siobhan just learned a new ability called Spread Fire by lighting a campfire, I guess. Actually, the most important ability in the entire run. So good job, Siobhan.
Yep.
Gonna do a little bit of dialogue here, and then I have to do a quick menu before the next boss, and then we will head in. So we're going to take the Who Helm and Iron Knuckles off of Verm. We're going to give Verm the items for now, and then the Who Helm and the Iron Knuckles are going to go on Shaban, and then we're going to learn HP, Strength, Cone Moto. On Bruce, Cone Moto is very good because Encore is the main ability that we use with Bruce, the one that gives another character another turn. Cone Moto gives them also an extra ability point back now as well.
Yeah, Bruce, Verb has been our main damage dealer for a good chunk of this run, but this fight coming up is the turning point where suddenly now Shaban is going to become our most important character. This dialogue sequence is also where it's revealed that Duke Josh had actually gone to see the K-Leech and had gotten this prophecy that his entire empire is going to be toppled by 4 random adventurers, and in his anger, yeah. Duke Josh, not a good dude.
No, definitely not. Typical fascist, so.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go forth into the darkness to confront the Kalich, and we will find out why the Duke thought it was a good idea to send us here in a way to get rid of us, so.
But little did Duke Josh know that we have a Shaban.
Yes. This fight's going to be a little, it's going to be over before you know it, but it is a really cool fight, so. It turns out owls are also flammable.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, to explain that real quick. So what the mushroom does is it's very similar to Verm's rage ability. Whoever gets the mushroom gets double damage. And we learned Shaban learned Spread Fire, which is an AoE attack. And yeah, owls are flammable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wanted to cut in for a moment. We have from Jason LaRose a $363 donation going towards the bonus world showcase for the Adventure of Cookie and Cream.
Incredible. That is fantastic.
Which is exactly enough, if my math is correct, to close us out. Let me refresh. Survey says that there are a lot of showcases that we have. 1 second. That has, in fact, closed out the showcase. Thank you so much, Jason. The comment here, this donation was going to have the explanation for the Who helmet, but that got explained. So in honor of the upcoming Cookie and Cream run, story time. When I was a lowercase J, we had a family of raccoons that hung around our house. We used to hand feed them out our kitchen window. Oh my gosh. One of them was named Oreo because he loved those cookies. You could call his name any time, day or night, he'd come running. For his namesake cookies, of course. Then our mother learned about rabies and we weren't allowed to feed the raccoons anymore. Oreo was devastated.
Oh no.
Sorry about not being able to feed Oreo. Probably safe. But thank you so much, Jason, for that incredible donation and absolutely clinching the Adventure of Cookie and Cream bonus world showcase for the next run.
Fantastic, yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Is just great.
All right. Now for the second coolest scene in the whole game coming up right here.
Indeed.
We're deciding to take the fight to the Sky Garden, and we decided to hitch a ride on the owls.
Oh, I love that.
This music is great too.
The soundtrack this game is just incredible.
Yeah.
With the help of these owls, you're going to flush these fascists down the drain because they have the card suits on their heads. Get right? Is that a joke? Is that a joke?
Yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah.
Woo!
I absolutely love the art that they did for this scene as well. Just A plus, absolute cinema coming up here. This one.
My God.
It's so cool.
This is so cool.
I guess
This game goes hard. I think that's the best way to put it. This game goes so hard.
It's so good.
I love the music there too. Like he plays the little trumpet thing. It's so great.
So yeah, we had to like ride on the backs of the owls because Sky Garden had these anti-air defenses. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I'll be fine. Here, I just have to encore on it. I accidentally spammed a little too quickly and got past Shabbat, but we'll recover here. This is technically a one long fight, so... Oh, I just realized this could be bad now. This is bad now. We'll be okay. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost a turn there, unfortunately. We'll make it work.
I appreciate their progression through the rainbow of cocktail swords.
Yeah. Always something with this game. All right, we should be fine if I cleave this guy. Hey, it's a good thing we've still got AGAB, right?
Yeah.
True.
Alright. Alright, we got through that. That was a little awkward. I didn't mean to do that, but that's on me. This is why I safety save playing this game, because if you mess up one turn, things can go very, very wrong, so...
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway,
yes.
we are in full revolt now in the Sky Garden.
Yeah, all the people are rising up. They're fed up with Duke Josh's fascist rules, so they're going to give us an opening to go confront him. But first, I gotta go fight Hank.
Hank with a gun. Yep. Hank just wants to have a debate.
Yeah.
I don't want to say more than that, given recent current events. But Hank just wants to have a nice debate, supposedly.
Yep. And we're gonna show him what we think of that real quick.
Yep.
While we fight fascists, would you like a quick announcement?
Give me just a second, because there's a really funny scene after this fight, and then yes, absolutely after
Ooh,
that.
you got it.
Siobhan's gonna get a little retribution here.
Oh my god.
Okay, now we can go ahead with an announcement.
Oh, that was so worth it. Thank you.
Yep.
Wanted to once more shout out all of our friends who are helping us with our 2 foreign language restreams of Fastest First Fall Fest 2025. For the second consecutive event, a phrase that is very fun to say, our friends at Very Rapide are providing a French language restream, and we are also being restreamed by Japanese Restream for the Japanese speedrunning community. We're grateful to their help in bringing our marathon to more viewers. If these restreams can help you enjoy our event, please use the command !restream in the chat for links to their respective channels. Also shout out to folks on Very Rapide or Japanese Restream who might be watching right now because it is a slightly more normal time of day for you.
Okay, this fight is extremely, extremely epic. I'm gonna let 3Pup commentate it, because I really need to make sure I don't mess up any inputs on this fight, although I did just safety save first, so...
Yes, so this is... Yeah, as mentioned, this is a really cool fight, but this fight can also go very wrong. Namely, Shaban, we just learned a new ability on. They now have... well, I guess first off, explaining what Overclock is. So, Overclock, as I mentioned earlier in a donation message, Overclock will increase the damage of Shaban's next fire attack, Worm Fire or Spread Fire. So we're going to be actually stacking Overclocks up to 5. We're going to hope that Shaban does not get hit here, because Shaban also gets a bonus to damage if they are at full health. It's a little awkward, but I think we can still make things work here. So we're going to get to... Yeah. We also... Gwen has also used... her break abilities to decrease Lamia's defenses as well as Lamia's attack, and we're going to get one little encore in here to give Shaban one more turn here to actually spend those overclock stacks, and you'll see like how important that is. Ooh. So,
it's not enough, but it'll get me in range.
One of the biggest RNG points of this run is mostly just hoping that Shaban doesn't get hit.
Mhm. The nice thing with regards to the Gwen's abilities as well is Gwen is stacking a ton of bleed damage right now, and bleed damage will eventually end this fight. It's just going to take a lot longer now. Yeah, I think we are going to get to see the long version of this fight. Yep.
Oh yeah, okay.
Did I mention Undertale vibes earlier? This is the Undertale vibes for Lamia.
Ooh.
All right, so that little bit of healing is annoying, but we will be fine. We're just gonna get kind of like the second half of this fight, which if Shaban doesn't get attacked, you can completely skip this. So
Yeah.
honestly, it's kind of cool that we get to see this. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. Plus, the music in this section is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, we get to hear like the turned up version of the soundtrack too, which is great.
This is legitimately kind of terrifying.
Okay, so got the bleed to finish off the fight, and we're good. So that wasn't that bad. We just had to
No.
deal with an extra round of combat, basically, and an extra, I guess, in battle cutscene. So, kicking more fascists out of windows,
Mhm.
always a good time.
Recommended strategy.
Hmm. Uh, we're gonna kind of wrap up here at Sky Garden, and actually, like this whole act is sort of wrapping up now. Fletch, if you have you got a couple minutes here if you want to read donations or announcements.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to shout out all of our artists who have been donating their time and talents to create tons of the fantastic art you're seeing throughout the stream and on our socials and our merch. A huge thank you to Autumn Wyvern, Flux, Freckles, JD Puppy, Ka, LC Skeleton, Reddick, Rotom, and Apfelsky. Speaking of Apfelsky, we do actually have coming up an art break with Apfelsky after the adventure of Cookie and Cream, so make sure to stick around for the run and then for some lovely art time. And a reminder, as always, that this year's marathon of Fastest Furs Fall Fest 2025 is raising money for Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline is a charity that we are raising money for the 6th consecutive year because we just don't want to stop helping trans people. They help to connect trans folks to the community support and resources that they need to survive and thrive, and they envision a world where trans people have the connection, economic security, and care that everyone needs and deserves. Free of police, emergency responders, and prisons, all of which disproportionately inflict violence and mistreatment on trans individuals. Since 2014, Trans Lifeline operators have answered over 100,000 calls from their peers, and we fully support the mission of Trans Lifeline to help and empower trans people through the community and shared live experience. To learn more, please visit www.translifeline.org. And can I get a trans rights in chat?
All right, so we're gonna head back to Merida here to wrap up this act, and just a quick random question for you, Fletcher: are there any incentives open at the moment?
They're not. We're talking to production right now, and we will let you
Great.
know.
Great, yeah, sounds good. We had some wonderful donations come in that sort of put us in an awkward moment where I am, for those who don't know, I'm one of the runners of this event. I'm typically the person this time of day that would be around opening incentives, but as you can see, I'm obviously in the middle of a speed run right now. So I just wanted to make sure that was getting handled. Thank you, because I want to make sure when everybody donates, they have something to put their donation towards that will make the marathon better, because that is part of the fun of donating to a speedrun marathon. So
Absolutely. We'll have that sorted very soon. I will let you know shortly.
sounds good.
So yeah, quick story update. It was the news of Duke Josh is being deposed from Sky Garden has just been brought to the king. No one likes Duke Josh, but even still, this scares the king because like change is scary when you're in power. So Blade Master Leo is being sent out to take care of our little vagabond mouse here.
Indeed.
I guess a quick little content warning for violence towards animals again. Not nowhere near as brutal as the opening here, but there is a little thing coming up right now.
It's a little weird. I agree. Good shout. I think if you haven't seen this scene before, it can be a little disturbing, but if you know like what happens with the rest of the game, it's like, oh yeah, that's what happens here. So
Yeah.
anyway, it'll make sense in a minute. There's actually kind of some very interesting like story stuff that's going on here too. Whoops, I meant to attack there. That's fine.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like Verm basically confronting at one time probably his idol, because everybody knows Blade Master Leo. Obviously we don't stack up because, you know, they say never meet your idols, right? Or never meet your heroes, excuse me.
Blade Master Leo is an interesting character, an interesting foil to Verm. But, like, don't have a whole lot of time to talk about it, so like, please play Small Saga. Game's great, wonderful.
Yep.
An interesting foil. Get it? Because like a sword.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh.
apparently me being up at starting at 5 a.m. means I just have even more bad puns.
I get that. I that is a mood. I'm the same way. Honestly works out kind of well for, you know, speedrunning sometimes, just to let the stream of consciousness take the wheel and get some extra fun out of the deal. But yeah, so very important couple things that happened there. So we did actually break Leo's sword, which if we hadn't, it would have definitely killed Verm, but instead Verm just kind of got like stabbed in the eye. And survives. Don't worry. It's a little bit of a spoiler at the moment, but we'll see Verm again in probably like 10 minutes, so it's not that big of a deal. And the other thing is we were kind of like learning why Verm is just kind of underpowered, sort of compared to the Swordmaster, and it has to do with not having a tail. So, all right, so now we're kind of into the second major act of the game. The game has 4 seasons, but really only 2 of them involve any actual gameplay. So now we're in autumn, and just to get everybody up to speed on Siobhan. So Siobhan has kind of been put under the care of the Plague Master. So Plague Master's apprentice Siobhan now.
And wow, it's autumn now? I wonder when Fastest for his Fall Fest 2025 supporting Dread's Lifeline is happening.
Definitely not in autumn. It's in fall, so.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
Yeah. Oh man, there's something else I was going to say and I lost it, but it's all good. I'm sure it'll come back to me. All right, so we have to do a little puzzle here where we fetch the correct screwdriver for the Plague Master.
This part's funny because Aquila will say, like, can you give me the screwdriver on the left? And you go to the one on the left. He's like, no, the other left. But then then he goes, like, can you get the screwdriver on the right? And then you go for the screwdriver you thought was on the left. But he's like, no, the actual right. I'm like, okay, come on.
Yeah. So fun little fact about this fight coming up, because, you know, Siobhan's like very impressed with this robot, and Nicole is like, no, destroy it. If you don't want to fight the robot, you don't have to, but because it will eventually like explode on its own, but it is faster for the purposes of the speedrun just to fight it. So there we go.
Yeah, Aquila's whole thing is that he's really concerned with the like extending the short lifespan of rodents, because it's like he thinks he can get much more done, but he's like shackled to the short lifespan of a rodent.
Makes sense.
But also here he's also saying that there's something like a secret weapon that he has stored that would give them an advantage against the Yellow God. But before showing us the weapon, he's giving Siobhan an opportunity to head out on their own to wrap up any loose ends. One of those loose ends in particular is very important. We're going to walk behind this. We're going to see this portrait over here, and there's going to be a key behind it that's going to be important a little later.
Yes. The name of that rodent is Lord Cheesecake, by the way, which is a great name.
Yeah, that's a really good name.
So we're just heading out of Merida now. I do have to go back through the slums. So we'll get a little dialogue on what Stilton and Bree are up to right now. Bree is now literally up on the soapbox giving a political speech, so nice little bit of silliness there.
Yeah, we're gonna go check up on our friends over in Sky Garden, see how they're doing.
Could I hop in with an announcement?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I am pleased to announce that we have opened up a new incentive. We do have an upcoming block of Clair Obscure Expedition 33. This is just titled Expedition 33 Only Up, because there's a mini game in Expedition 33 that is basically the game only up, except it has the jump mechanics of this game, which will make things very interesting for our runner. So let's make sure to get the $500 that we need to make that incentive happen. As always, you can put an exclamation point donate in chat to make that donation link pop up. That is going to be fastestfurs.com/donate. And make sure to assign your donations to the incentive to help us towards that.
Yes, please. And also, as someone I did finish Clair Obscure Expedition 33, I cannot imagine doing any kind of platforming minigame in that game. I love that game, but it does not have a very particularly great platforming system. So
Yeah.
that should be really interesting to see.
I've done that minigame, and yeah, it's interesting.
Sure, Asuka will do way better than either of us could do. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Also, I remembered the thing I wanted to say. We've gone over an hour into the run, and I have not said Ratal's mentioned at all. So,
Oh my gosh!
Shout out to the Frame Fatales and all of the Fatales and Ratals out there who are watching today.
Fatale's mentioned!
So yeah, we're checking up on our friends in Sky Garden. They've redecorated the place. Lots of rainbow flags everywhere. It's just incredibly gay. It's great. I love it.
Love it.
But most importantly, they found Verm's god weapon, but no Verm. So we're going to go on 2 adventures here. Shaban and Gwen are going to go to Whitehall, Gwen's home, to go restore Verm's weapon. And then Bruce is going to follow up on a lead on a vagabond mouse that was found in a place called Vinium.
Oh, big news, everyone! We have just hit over $12,000 raised for Trans Lifeline!
That is great news. Love that.
And that was sniped by our friend Sabertail with his $35 donation that also is helping towards the Expedition 33 Only Up incentive. They say simply, "Awoo!"
Awoo, Sabertail, thank you so much for the donation.
Thank you, Sabertail, and thank you everyone for your donations to Trans Lifeline. They are a fantastic organization doing a lot of great work. They've helped me and many of my friends personally. It is immensely appreciated.
All right, so we are headed into the kind of like the sewers underneath the lab here, which is pretty awful. Going to be a couple kind of like screen movement sequences. I need to not get hit by the green slime that will kind of knock me off any platform that I'm on. And just there's these kind of little moments in between. This is the opportunity for Gwen and Shaban to kind of have some time to chat. Boy, I wish I could remember where I was going. It's all good.
What flavor do y'all think the green slime is?
Clearly lime flavored.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
It actually ended up not being that big of a deal that I briefly went the wrong way because I would have needed to wait for that anyway.
If anyone else has thoughts on what this green slime might be flavored like, feel free to let me know in a donation. I'm personally hoping for watermelon.
So yeah. Ooh. Right. And one more sequence here, and then we'll be on to the rest of the area. This part's actually really important because we're learning a lot more about Gwen's backstory and how Gwen kind of like left/escaped the lab. So good Gwen lore here.
We're also being introduced to a character named Sir George, who is also Gwen's ex.
Yes. Also, I love this mouse. This mouse was on a break eating a strawberry, and that's why the ladder was. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I complained to the worker who is taking a break and not getting overworked. I feel really bad.
Oh
about
no!
I always like to compliment that mouse on the quality of their ladder, and I feel bad that I forgot or I misclicked and didn't do that. So that's my bad. My bad, that mouse. You were doing a great job.
And critically wearing Moshe approved safety gear. That's mouse OSHA for
Yes,
those at home.
yes,
of course.
very very
Thank you.
important.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I do have to remember to learn some skills too, or this fight is not going to go well.
So yeah, this upcoming fight is like kind of, sort of scripted, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all set for it now. It'll be free, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to mess it up, so would be. Oh, there we go. So this is kind of like the lab. This is everybody's homes, quote unquote. A save here just to be safe. Yeah, safety first, right there.
Mhm.
Please wear your PPE. Also, fun fact about the game: if you hit that emergency button that's behind George right there, that will summon the game's others like optional super boss. But I
Mhm.
will not spoil what it is. But
No.
yes, it is in fact an emergency. Something does in fact happen if you hit the button.
That's really good.
This is one fight where we actually don't use the Who Helm just because it's gonna last a certain number of turns, and we do not want Gwen to die. So
Mhm.
we'll help with that. Give us just enough turns to finish the fight. For some reason, George wears like a toga thing, which is funny because we're also about to go to like the Roman Empire after this. So I don't know. This whole part of the run is very like toga coded.
I wonder if it's like torn from some scrubs. It really has that shade.
Yeah, it does. That is for sure. All right, so we got that fight done, and got a little extra dialogue here. We came to use the God Forge, which is that Bunsen burner there. You can kind of see off in the corner. Or actually, George is gonna go get us the Bunsen burner. The gas hookup is over there. It reminds me of like 10th grade like science class. So
That was always my favorite part of biology when a rabbit helped us to do our chemistry with the Bunsen burner.
yes, very much so.
If you didn't have a rabbit helping you, you went to the wrong school.
All right, so now as Bruce, we're going to head into Vinium, which is kind of like an old toy store. And I do have to go and do a quick side trip here. Remember those 15 seeds that we got for doing a really good job during our musical performance? I'm going to spend those now to get a scutum, which is a Roman shield. What a lovely shield. And then I'm going to come up here and look at that cat because that cat is cute.
Also, shoutouts to Bunlith for those in the know.
So they're doing a little bit of slaving here in Vinium. Probably not great, but it turns out that one of them is our friend.
Wow.
Although he's kind of here by choice. It's a little like, I don't know, maybe sketchy, but he's like, yeah, I like it. I'm just a simple mushroom farmer now with one eye.
Yeah, Ferb had a little character arc, and he's like he's chilled out now. He's just a mushroom farmer. Bruce is like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll just head out. Except
it's time for Bruce to participate in the Circus Maximus against his will. So that is the actual like crime going on here. But Verm gets wind of this, and Verm realizes, wait, I can't just be a simple mushroom farmer. I need to save my friends. And I need to menu here. I forgot this during one of my pre-marathon playthroughs, so I'm going to be very cautious here. Learn an ability called Finishing Blow that's going to be really important.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice I do not have a weapon at the moment. That is interesting.
Yeah, this
Hit
is
it with a
kind
mushroom.
of yeah. This is kind of the moment where Verm learns not necessarily to like get rid of his anger, but instead to redirect it towards like something that matters, namely protecting his friends.
Yeah. All right, so Bruce gets thrown into the arena. There's a little bit of like a RC track around the outside because it is Chariot Tuesday, which is it's a very silly pun, but I absolutely love it. And we don't have a weapon. We're just gonna grab this Lego brick because we need help. And thanks to your donations, we are going to use the Lego brick for the entire rest of the run as well. So,
Thank you again for that chat.
yes, it's so funny, and there's actually like unique dialogue if you use the brick in one of the later fights that I think everybody will enjoy. So, but for the moment, we're just gonna, as a little bit of a warm up here, we're just gonna fight a bunch of scorpions and get some funny dialogue. So, Fletcher, if you have any announcements, this would be a good time for a few.
You got it. Since we're all waking up here in the US, I was thinking it'd be a great time to shout out our friends at Dragon Roast Coffee. They're sponsoring Fastest Furs Fall Fest, and they're a great place to get some beans to help keep you energized. While shopping, enter the promo code FALLFEST at checkout, that's one word, FALLFEST, for 10% off your order. They're also thrilled to offer 2 Fall Fest exclusives that will only be available during the marathon. Their Pixel Perfect Coffee Roast, and a Fall Fest 2025 custom tumbler. Dragon Roast Coffee will donate $5 to Trans Lifeline per bag of Pixel Perfect sold during the event, and $15 for every Fall Fest tumbler. Please visit their website, www.dragonroast.coffee, or use the command !coffee in chat for a direct link to our event store and your own chance to get caffeinated.
Thank you for reminding me to drink some coffee.
Absolutely.
Shout outs to the Dragon Rose coffee that I'm drinking right now to help me do commentary at 5 a.m.
Product placement.
We love that. I am a Dragon Roast coffee enjoyer as well. My current coffee is not Dragon Roast because I make my own cold brew, and it requires a bit too much in the way of beans for it to be a good trade-off. But I love using their coffee for like pour-overs and stuff like that. They are very, very good beans. And it is also time for Chariot Tuesday. Everyone enjoy just like one of the best visuals. I don't even know. You'll see in a second. This is just the funniest thing.
It's so funny.
Bruce in the car is the greatest.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I didn't know about this game before you were running this for the marathon. This game rules.
This game
so
rules.
Good. So yeah, this fight looks a lot scarier than it is. We're going sprinting to Rage and then Cleave twice, and then we'll be out of it. That finishing blow ability that we learned earlier will double Verm's damage on the last hit of a combo. So we go from doing 11 damage to 22, which is just so much for this game.
Yeah. So and shout outs to Bruce for being an excellent driver.
Yeah.
I just imagine like a ride at at an amusement park, and it just kind of slowly comes to a halt at the end there. All right, so we got some more dialogue here. We're gonna go free, and obviously Bruce is gonna go free. Maybe let's not do slavery anymore. Shrews, that might be good. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Good thought.
Yeah, the leader of Inium is like, hey, yeah, sorry about that whole thing. Like, here's a key to a house, and, you know, we can just call it even. But no, Verm is like, no, actually, can you give the farm to the workers that actually, you know, do all the work? And the leader's like, okay, yeah, sure.
Worker-owned co-op.
Woo!
Exactly. We also get a house. You get a little house in Vinium that you can there's various cosmetic items throughout the game that you can get and then come back and decorate your house, which is just kind of cool. We're not going to do any of that in the run, but just again, like the amount of like detail and cool stuff in this game, we're probably only seeing about 25% of the game in this run. There's so much other stuff. So
Is now a good time for a short donation?
absolutely.
Hooray! We have $5 from Oasis. Hi, Oasis. This is $5 going towards the Expedition 33 only up incentive, so thank you so much for that. The comment is simply small.
Small.
Small. Thank you, Oasis, for your donation to Trans Lifeline.
All right, so
So
we have a
this-
very cool kind of story update here. Go ahead, 3Pup, if you want to explain what's happening here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is one of my favorite scenes in the game. First off, Verm gets his restored weapon back, but more importantly, I think this game in general it's very queer friendly, very like just diverse and everything, but also I think it's also very supportive of disabled people, and like Gwen as a disabled rat is like, hey, we made this for you. Some folks don't want to use prosthetics, but if you want to try it on and see if you like it. And Verm now has a prosthetic tail with a cool little spiky point.
Yes.
And it also gives us an important ability for a fight coming a little later.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everything you said there, I have to agree. One of the things that I find most endearing about this game is just how it handles representation in just a really, really wonderful, wonderful way. So, all right, so we're headed back to Merida. And we got a little bit of cleanup to do, but essentially we are going back for the final encounters here. So not much game left actually in the speed run.
So yes, from a comment in chat, yes, the color of his new blade does remind Verm of his brother.
Yes, that is very important too. Thank you.
Aww.
All right, so I have to do one quick detour here. Remember that key that we got out of the portrait of Lord Cheesecake? We're going to go use the key and open a chest. We have to do this as Verm because Siobhan is not nimble enough, I guess, to get up on that roof. We'll go ahead and get the mystery wand.
Like any RPG, this game also has like the ultimate weapon for each of the characters, and we do go out of our way to go get Siobhan's ultimate weapon because one, it's pretty quick, and two, just Siobhan is the most important character.
Yeah, with how mathy the game's combat is, again, it just is really, really important. So I'm just doing a little bit of menuing here. We're gonna equip that new item. Helm, Scooter.
I have forgotten to equip that lighter, and like the game is just so mathy that it does cause problems. So yeah, it is very important.
Yeah. Strength. There's the last strength. Okay. All right, and now it's time for date night.
Date night?
It is time for date night with Verm and Gwen. The other party members totally do this to Verm too. It's kind of not fair, but Verm will get over it. It's okay. There's a really cool. Oh, this is the search ad scene. I like this. And it's mostly like I always end up saying Sir Chad because I end up mashing dialogue so hard here that I always pick the second option. But yeah, shout outs to Sir Chad.
Real quick, thanks for chat. Do quick reminder for the Lego brick as well. Next time.
Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, I always forget that at first, but I love this scene. A couple things about this scene. So first of all, we see Gwen without her hood on. Secondly, the mouse that is writing on the chair in the back of the coffee shop is the in-game insert of the game's creator, Daria. So shout outs to Daria for probably spending a lot of time at coffee shops working on this game, if I was to guess. Just shout outs to Daria just in general for making this game.
Yeah, shout out to Daria. I love this game so much.
And last of all, we've been talking about the queer cast, and this is kind of the scene where we find out that Verm is basically ace at the moment. So very, very cool. So we've got we've got an ace character, we've got a non-binary character in Siobhan, we've got a gay character in Bruce, and we've got a bisexual, pansexual character in Gwen. So Lovely, lovely queer representation. You love to see it.
Shout out to queer people.
Woo.
Right. You can find your queer friends and just go on a queer adventure to save the world.
And kill
Only
God.
in video games, why not? Maybe in real life too, but we're not quite there yet. So
If I had a nickel for every time me and my queer friends killed God. I actually don't play that many RPGs, but beside the point.
we're just kind of getting a quick story recap here. So if you have anything else to read, Fletcher, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to remind folks that we have all of our past events since 2019 on the Team Fastest Furs YouTube page. There's a playlist from each marathon, and the videos for this marathon will be added shortly after the event has concluded. You can get subscribed now by using the command !YouTube in chat and following the link. Or if you're looking for a reason to donate, you could tell us what your favorite moments have been from this marathon so far. It's not quite over yet, but we have had a significant chunk of marathon. All kinds of cool moments that you can tell us about in your donations directly to Trans Lifeline.
Awesome. Yeah, so we get a really cool scene here where Verm and Gwen are talking, and Verm is kind of reflecting on, kind of what his life has been so far and maybe where his life is going. It's a cool scene. I think there's like 2 scenes in the game. 3Pup, if you know this a little bit more in detail than me, feel free to back me up. If you don't, that's okay, because it's not really relevant to the speedrun. This game does have multiple endings, and I believe this is one of the things that affects that. There's a different scene where you go back to Sky Garden and talk to Aiden that also I know affects the ending, but I think that one does as well.
Yeah, I know there's some things that affect the ending. I know there's also some side quests that will affect the final encounters as well, which is also pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so Aquila is going to let us in on the big plan here, his end game. So let's go see what that's all about.
We do have some folks in chat asking what Verm's replacement tail is made out of. I'm not sure I know the answer to that. Do you?
Vibranium, probably.
Oh.
one more Bond place faceplant for the road. We haven't seen one of those in a while. It gets me every time. Apparently we can operate an elevator. I don't know how. The buttons seem very, very high relative to where we are, but we'll just go with it.
There's a lot of questions, but we're just not going to answer those.
Yeah.
It's because they've been practicing by playing Claire Obscure only up.
Oh, yeah.
Which incidentally is our currently open donation incentive. So if you want to see someone do a platformer in a game that is not meant to be a platformer, you can donate now and put your money towards that incentive for Only Up.
All right, we're going to push the button and all will be revealed.
What is Excalibur? Excalibur is an undetonated warhead.
Oh my god!
Seems not great.
No.
Yeah, so this is Aquila's plan to basically kill a bunch of people, frankly.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're gonna cleanse the world sort of thing, because the world is too ugly to be redeemed. Which obviously, as a good hero, we do not agree with.
Yeah, my favorite bit here is Aquila goes on this long tirade about his nihilism, oh, the royalty sucks, the common people sucks. And you don't even get a dialogue option here. Shaban's just all right, I'm out.
Yep, no thank you. We're getting a little bit of that boss fight music as well. One of the good boss themes here.
Also, are we inside Big Ben right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And now we're back at the bar. Or the pub. I mean, it's a very British game. Obviously, it's the pub, so.
Yes, of course.
Yep, so we're just going to get caught up on the story. this is kind of our point where we get to like either go clean up all of the optional side content in the game, or we can talk to Stilton and Bree to start the final sequence. So we are going to talk to Stilton and Bree to start the final sequence as soon as I get control of Verm again.
Yeah, and then a quick reminder to get the Lego brick equipped before.
Yes, I'll do that as soon as I can.
And that doesn't mean that we're running out of time to get in donations during the small saga block. So if you want to tell us more about your favorite wildlife, your favorite rodents, cheese that you like, fun moments for the marathon, frankly, any of the above, now is a great time to put in a donation to Trans Lifeline.
Indeed.
As a mouse, I am a fan of rodents and would like to hear about y'all's favorite rodents.
I'm a rodent appreciator.
You heard them, chat. Bring some rodent information in for Blaze and 3Pub. And me, for that matter.
Let's get some more obscure rodents. So we've mentioned the stoat. There's a capybara. So Diego, the guard, is a capybara. Some excellent obscure rodents. Tell us your favorite obscure rodent that you want to raise awareness for.
Maybe even some Claire obscure rodents?
Nice.
Is that like Ratatouille? Is Ratatouille a Claire obscure rodent by being French? Sorry. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. And we can kind of commentate a little bit, narrate as we're going through here, but this is just kind of like a gauntlet of fights that we are going to be able to end very, very quickly. So read any donations that come in as you get them. It's totally fine.
Absolutely. I can also jump right into announcements if now is a good time.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Thank you again, everyone who has been donating throughout the marathon to Trans Lifeline. The mission of Trans Lifeline is to connect trans people and to the community support and resources that they need to survive and thrive. They envision a world where trans folks have the connection, economic security, and care that everyone needs and deserves, free of police, emergency responders, and prisons that disproportionately inflict violence and mistreatment on trans individuals. Since 2014, Trans Lifeline operators have answered over 100,000 calls from their peers, and we fully support the mission of Trans Lifeline to help and empower trans folks through the power of community and shared lived experience. To learn more, please visit www.translifeline.org. And to donate, you can head to fastestfurs.com/donate or put an exclamation point donate in chat.
Two things here. First of all, I love the barricade, and second of all, this is like live footage from Portland right now, I'm pretty sure, so... people in animal costumes fighting guards, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess they're not fighting, but, let me show you my lighter. That's kind of what's going on here, so...
So yeah, we're kind of like riding against the king right now because we like told everyone like, hey, yeah, they're going to like try to like launch a bomb onto the city. So we're going straight to the king to be like, hey, no, we're not cool with this. So that's what we're doing right now is we're trying to just clear out these guards that are in our way and get to the palace.
Where assuredly we'll walk directly into the throne room with no obstruction.
Well, we got to clear the barricade first, so the people can join us.
Ah, yes.
The people do not have the power of lighter.
Bree and Stilton are really, they seem to be doing their part.
Bree and Stilton are all right.
To give an update on our Claire Obscure Expedition 33 only up incentive, we are currently at $40 of the targeted $500, so we need $460 for that in just a few games. So please make sure to get your donations in, and when you do that, you can also assign them to the incentive. It will not go towards the incentive unless you assign it, so please make sure to click the buttons accurately.
Practice responsible donating and donate. Make sure you assign your donation to an incentive.
Don't misclick like I inevitably will when I'm doing speedruns.
Okay, so the palace is pretty well blocked off, but Stilton knows a way that we can go. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure I do this correctly. Worm needs the Who Helm for just a moment.
Mhm.
Now actually hold on, it's 2 fights away. I'll talk about it in a second. But the epic boss music is the next boss fight with Aquila. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
everybody get ready for that. Unfortunately, I will not have time. We won't have time to listen to the whole thing because it's a speed run. But if you play this game casually, like just enjoy that fight sometime. It is great.
It's yeah. Yeah, it's so good.
Be sure to get your jam emotes prepared.
Yeah,
Dancing, jamming, general music.
indeed. We've got one last kind of cutscene here. So, the whole thing with Leo that has been kind of going on for the entire game is Leo has slowly started to realize that he is just enabling a lot of bad choices from the king and those around the king. And yeah, Leo has finally realized, as he says, I am such an idiot.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna redeem ourselves, I guess. One way of putting it.
Whoa. Is
I
Leo
love.
kind of the Martin the Warrior equivalent, do you think?
I mean, it's a little bit of a parody of the hero because like Leo on what's the word I'm looking for? Leo screws up. Leo is
Yeah.
very flawed.
Mhm.
So it's hard to call Leo a hero, but Leo tries.
Yeah, I suppose Martin
Yeah.
the Warrior in Redwall was a lot more like unapologetically just a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leo is like again a foil to Verm. Like if Verm had decided to like just kind of like push down that anger and just like, conform to the harmful system that is currently being perpetuated by the royalty around the Rodent Kingdom.
Yeah. Leo could be a hero. Leo chooses to not be a hero at basically every turn until that moment, I think is the way I
Mhm.
would put it. So,
Yeah, I think Leo is one of the many characters in this game that are just so afraid of the unknown and afraid of change that he decides to just conform with the harmful system to just keep perpetuating it.
yep.
Uh, for the chat, yes, the Lego brick was equipped. It just does not show on Verm's sprite like on the
Yeah.
overworld, but it will be seen during the fights.
Also in classic RPG style.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
Gets me every time.
one of on that topic, one of my favorite observations about Verm's sword is it's basically just the Buster sword from Final Fantasy VII proportionally. So, a normal human weapon.
Yeah, it's also like one of our one of our many berserk references. Also using like
Yes.
just a sword that's way too big for you.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna confront Aquila here. The fight itself is pretty straightforward. I want to encourage everyone just to enjoy the incredible boss music. So,
Mhm.
Oh, and there's a timer.
yes.
I'm so ready to jam.
Here it comes.
Our planet faces an unprecedented threat. We must act. Time is running out.
Oh yeah. I have to say the music is very funny
right.
combined with the flute.
You could conceivably listen to another 197.69 nice seconds of that song if you want to on your own sometime, or just look
Yes.
it up on YouTube. It's called the Anthropocene.
Mhm.
It
So
goes
yeah,
like everything else in this game. It just goes way harder than it has any right to.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna disarm the ballista here. We can't do anything about the bomb, but we can keep it from getting shot into the part of the city, basically. It's mole technology. I love that. It's so silly. All right, and now it is time for Verm to get some redemption here. Okay, I just wanted to double check and make sure I didn't need to do any more menuing. I'm good. We are going to go confront the Swordmaster, and because we have the Lego brick equipped, we're going to get some very funny dialogue, which I will read in dramatic fashion, because why not? All right. So again, thank you everybody who donated for using the Lego brick. What is that? A brick? If you don't wish to take this duel seriously, then that's your prerogative. Not that a real sword would have saved you.
I was really hoping that that first hit would just be some sort of like ridiculous insta-kill.
If you
Shout out to
don't
the
have
Flesh
brick-
Vitals, or the Fleshette Flatals.
Wait.
Yeah. I forgot. Sorry, I forgot to call that.
Oh
out.
my god, I was looking at the wrong line of notes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a problem. Wait, I have a continue option now? Oh no.
Ah.
Okay, I do have a backup save. We're gonna have to do that. The backup save is immediately after that fight. I'm so sorry, I screwed that up. Give me just a second to reload.
No worries.
I have 2 lines of notes for that fight, one for the normal fight and one for if you have the Lego brick equipped, and I looked at the wrong line. Give me just a second. The game's gonna disappear for a moment.
Yeah, you got it. While we're making that changeover, I wanted to shout out another one of our sponsors, Slightly Furry Beverage Company. We had an awesome run of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts that took place live from their taproom in Seattle last night. If you're in the Seattle area, you can always catch them on another day. They are closed today, but they are a fantastic sponsor, and I highly recommend you check out their openly queer, openly furry environment. For more information, please visit http://slightlyfurry.com.
I'm gonna equip the Lego brick again. Again, I feel very silly about that, but it is one of those things that just happens, and I apologize. If we had finished that fight, we would have immediately walked to this save point and done a safety save. So it's just we didn't miss much. I just feel bad that I didn't defeat Leo. That's all that you missed. So
No worries.
Real quick for
um,
me, can you restart your stream so I can watch the ending?
Oh yeah. Sorry, one
Oh
second.
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, the way that fight's supposed to go, because we have the Lego brick, we don't have enough strength to just defeat Leo in one go. You're supposed to utilize the ability that Verm learned when he got his new tail, Nimblefoot, which lets him dodge the next attack.
Okay, I just wanted to take a second there and make sure my equips were good. I think I'm good.
Mhm.
If not, I have a safety save, so it'll be fine. All right. Well, it's all good.
Yeah. So this run started in heaven and it's going to end in hell.
Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of a walk up here. If you have anything else, Fletch, we could probably get 1 or 2 more announcements in here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're coming up on the end of the small saga here, but don't go anywhere. There are so many cool games coming up right after this one. We have the Adventure of Cookie and Cream any percent co-op run by Drake, Lilian Blanc, and Maclach. After this, followed by an art break with Apfel Sky, which notably is not a game, that is actual art. Then we'll have Untitled Goose Game, all main tasks run by Risuru, and then it will be the fated Claire Obscura Expedition 33 Restricted Act 1 run by Asuka. That does have that only up incentive still open, so when you put in your donations, make sure you assign them to the incentive.
Great. All right, it is time for the final boss rush, starting with the extermination machine. So this fight is actually really interesting if you're not equipped the way that I am, but I'm good, so it won't be that interesting. The gas basically makes you dizzy, I don't know how else to put it other than that. And everybody's attacks only do like 1 point of damage, but because of some of our abilities and other things that we've done, we're going to be able to kind of circumvent that mechanic. And now we have got the Yellow God's attention, so here we go. We're in actual Parliament, by the way. I believe this is supposed to be the House of Commons.
Ah, yes,
Well,
of course. Hell.
I love the line, "I'm not okay, but I'm not running." I just think that goes really hard.
That's so good.
Yeah. I also love how this the boss sprite for this final fight was kind of animated. Just a really interesting style. Like the way it was captured or however animated is just really interesting. All right, so that's phase one, the feet, and now we have to take out the hands of God. Hopefully this fight will go smoothly. It'll totally depend on what the boss does on their first turn.
So yeah, the RNG on this fight is a little bit meaner than the Lamia fight. Again, we do not want Shaban to get hit, but now there are 2 hands of God, so there are now 2 chances for Shaban to get hit. But as before, we're going to be stacking up overclock stacks. Gwen is going to be shield breaking both hands to give a defense down debuff on both of them. And we're going to overclock here again, and we're going to see what the hands do.
No!
Oh, no!
It's okay.
Yeah.
So we'll get a big attack in here, but because I'm not at full health, it will not insta-kill. Good damage, though.
Yeah, really good damage.
All right, so now we just need to kind of ride it out. And that is the other RNG, which character gets grabbed. That was not great for us, but
No.
honestly, it could have been worse. I think I probably should have spread fired there. Oh well. Or, I'm sorry, overclocked there, but it'll be okay. When the hand grabs a character, you need to kind of take a minute and just bust them out. So that's what we're gonna do there. More bad RNG. Alright, we're doing okay though.
Yeah, I think we'll get it. I think you still have an out here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it nice and slow.
Yeah.
There goes one hand. And we'll start doing bleeding stacking on the other one. Defend with Bruce there because he is low on energy. And of course, that's actually fine.
That's probably because I think, yeah, otherwise Shaban might have died there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is actually gonna kill.
Yeah, this should kill you.
Okay.
Yep.
That is the final boss fight. Time is not coming. Time is not yet. Time will be on the final dialogue that we do. We have a little bit of work to do here first.
But first, we have the coolest single shot in the whole game, and maybe all video games ever.
Maybe, just saying. So anyway, I was just doing my job as the exterminator, and then a mouse, a mole, a rat, and a squirrel hit me with a scepter that they pulled down from the parliamentary table. And then the mouse told me to run. That is
That's why I
report on
ran away.
my day at work today as the exterminator.
I would also run, yeah.
Also, do you remember that bomb?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that bomb.
So yeah, we weren't actually able to like disarm the bomb, but we were able to disarm the launching mechanism.
Yep.
So Big Ben exploded.
Oh my god.
But everyone was okay because nobody was up there. It's totally fine.
Yeah, it's chill.
And Verm got a statue of himself, and he's like, I hate it. All right, time is going to be coming up here momentarily. Time is going to be when I enter the throne room and talk to Siobhan. So I can start doing some shout outs now. Actually, we're almost there. I'll just say time, and then we'll do some shout outs. And time.
GG.
GG.
Thank you.
Let's hear
Really,
it for
really
Blaze
happy
in
that-
chat, everyone.
I feel really bad about the Leo fight, but I just want to say thank you. I'm really glad I got to showcase this game on the Fastest First channel. I actually ran this game at RPG Limit Break 2 RPG Limit Breaks ago at this point. It's a couple years old, but it's just one of those games that immediately grabbed me, and I think it grabbed a lot of people that really identified with the characters and the story, and just whether it's because you're queer or you really liked, Redwall and adventures like that, or just the general vibes of this game. It is a wonderful game. I definitely encourage you, if it looked fun, please buy it. Like I said, we only went through probably about 25% of what is actually in this game during the speedrun today. So there's a lot more for you to explore and enjoy and appreciate. Shout outs to indie devs just in general for making games like this. I really think it is important that they are artists and they get to continue to make art now and into the future. So this is a really good example of that. Just want to say thank you also again to everybody who donated for the incentives and everybody who's watching and supporting not only Fastest First, but Trans Lifeline. What we're doing here is important. It's also fun. So everybody who is participating, whether you're a runner or a volunteer or even someone who's just watching and donating, keep spreading the word. Keep up the support of Trans Lifeline. It all matters. We are literally saving lives doing this. So thank you everybody for being a small part of this. Keep up.
Yeah. Again, shout outs to Moonblaze. I would not have found this beautiful and wonderful game without just him showing me. And now I played it, I run it now as well. So yeah, thank you again for that. If you can find me on twitch.tv/3pup where I speedrun this game and a few other indie games. And yeah, shout outs to indie devs. They do so much great work. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Thanks everybody. Enjoy the rest of the marathon. We'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.